कुछ पीली भुजिया, चना दाल, मसूर दाल, मूंग दाल, बेसन पापड़ी, मूंगफली दाना, काजू, किशमिश, बूंदी, इलायची, डंकोली, साबूदाना, कॉर्नफ्लेक्स यानी मकई पोहा, चिवड़ा, खीरा बीज, बेसन लगे मूंगफली दाना, हरा मटर, आलू लच्छा। कुछ नहीं है ना इसमें? तभी तो मेरे पास हमेशा बीका जी कुछ कुछ होता है।
Loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
अमित जी, आपकी आलू भुजिया का नाम टनाटन क्यों है?
अच्छा पूछो मैं कैसा हूँ? नमस्कार।
आप कैसे हो?
मैं आलू भुजिया हूँ। ठीक नहीं लगता ना? फिर से पूछो।
आप कैसे हो अमित जी?
टनाटन। आलू भुजिया टनाटन, तो नाम भी टनाटन।
Amit Ji, loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
मैं चाय नहीं पीता। एक भुजिया के बिना चाय नहीं पीता। बीका जी है ना? हाँ।
Amit Ji, loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
थैंक यू अमित जी।
जुग जुग जियो, जुग जुग जियो। कुछ रहो।
थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके। शादी भले ही वर्चुअल हो, थैंक गॉड मिठाई रियल। बीका जी रसगुल्ला अब बजेगा ढोल।
अमित जी,
हाँ जी?
पी।
चनाई बीका जी गुलाब का।
पर आपने तो मिठाई खाना छोड़ दिया ना।
हाँ यार, पर ये तो बीका जी है ना।
Amit Ji, loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
चाचू मुझे भी चाहिए बीका जी भुजिया।
ध्यान रखना।
Amit Ji, loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
ये क्या कर रही हैं आप?
सर, गिफ्ट पैक कर रही हूँ, बीका जी सोन पापड़ी।
ओह अच्छा, लाइए इसको मैं कर देता हूँ। आप अपने काम पे फोकस कीजिए। शुद्ध घी, बादाम, पिस्ता, इलायची गिफ्ट दो, लेकिन अपने आप।
सोन पापड़ी भारी हो गई।
Amit Ji, loves Bika Ji, loves Bika Ji.
Check. Requesting everyone to please take your seats. We are commencing the brokers and analysts meet. Requesting all the dignitaries on the dais to please take their seats.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Bika Ji Intensive and my fellow BRLM, I would like to welcome all of you at this broker and analyst meet of Bika Ji Food International Limited. I would like to introduce Sri Sivratan Ji Agarwal, founder and promoter of the Bika Ji. Sri Deepak Ji Agarwal, promoter and managing director. Mr. Rishabh Jain, CFO of the company. Mr. Manoj Verma, CEO of the company, and my fellow BRLM from JM, Access, IFL, and Kotak on the dais. Leadership of Shiv Ratanji and Deepak Ji have led Bika Ji to emerge as dominant pan-India FMCG player with strong legacy over the decades. Brand equity of the Bika Ji is driven by consistent quality of the product over the year, wide product basket, family consumption, and ability to pass on the price to customer. And all of these that has led the position Bika Ji as the largest manufacturer of Bikaneri Bhujia in India and second largest manufacturing of handmade papad in India. Bika Ji now has become a household name in India and has created a business which is profitable, scalable, and sustainable with excellent basket of more than 250 products in various segments like bhujia, namkeen, sweets, and western snacks, largely sold in the family pack across all the channel in domestic as well as global market. And all that has resulted because he has delivered excellent revenue growth, growing more than 20% CAGR growth over the years. With this IPO, we are taking Bika Ji share to every home, like the Bika Ji products, and making every investor part of the Bika Ji family. Now, I would like to brief everyone on the IPO. IPO on the upper price band consists of offer for sale of 2.94 crore equity shares aggregating to IPO size of rupees 881 crore approximate. Price band is rupees 285 to rupees 300 per equity share, having face value of rupees 1 each. IPO opens to public for subscription on Thursday, 3rd November, and closes on Monday, 7th November. We are doing anchor on Wednesday, 2nd November, where marquee investors across the globe have raised their hand to be part of Bika Ji's journey. With this, I would like to request to run audio visual of the company, and after that, promoter will take for the presentation. Before that, I'll request Shivratan ji to give the brief journey of the Bika Ji. Over to you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
मैं बीकानेर से बीका जी शिवरतन अग्रवाल, आज सारे ब्रोकर्स मीटिंग है और आप पधारे, मैं उनका तहे दिल से हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और अभिनंदन करता हूं और सबका अभी तक स्वागत करता हूं। और बीका जी के बारे में कुछ मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि बीका जी हमने एक नया ब्रांड शुरू किया और बीका जी भारत में पहली फैक्ट्री हमने इसकी भुजिया के बारे में कोई जानता नहीं था, तो हमने पहली फैक्ट्री बीकानेर में लगाने का विचार किया। तो 87 में मैंने बीकानेर में फैक्ट्री पहली भुजिया की, नमकीन की, पापड़ की, ये पहली फैक्ट्री लगा के यहाँ पे भुजिया का काम शुरू किया। उससे पहले भुजिया की पैकिंग वगैरह है वो भी यहाँ पे बीकानेर में होता नहीं था, तो मैं बाहर से डेवलप करके भुजिया को पाउच पैकिंग में, प्लास्टिक पैकिंग में, अच्छी पैकिंग में पैक करके लाने का फाइनल किया और उनको कार्टन द्वारा, अच्छी पैकिंग द्वारा बीकानेर से बाहर भेजने का सारा प्रोग्राम बढ़ाया। तो उससे मेरे को क्या है, धीरे धीरे इसको बिजनेस का प्रोग्रेस मिली और ब्रांड भी मिला और खूब मुझे तरक्की मिली और उसके साथ भी मैं खूब व्यापार को बढ़ाते गया और नया नया आइटम बनाते भी गया। और उसके साथ साथ नया जैसे भी समय के अनुसार जो हमें विज्ञापन की ज़रूरत पड़ी तो हमने विज्ञापन भी किया और नए हमने इसमें आईपीओ के बारे में भी, प्राइवेट इक्विटी के बारे में भी हमने विचार करके उसका भी हमने शुरू किया। और आज भारत में हमारे पूरे देश में 7 फैक्ट्रियाँ चालू है। हमने पहले सोचा कि भाई हम पैकिंग करके बाहर तक भेज नहीं पाएंगे, तो हमने पैकिंग करके वहाँ पे गुवाहाटी में लगाई, बेंगलोर में लगाई, मुजफ्फरपुर में लगाई, पटना में और जिला कानपुर में और कलकत्ता में भी रन है। इस प्रकार हमने विज्ञापन को, बिजनेस को कैसे बढ़ावा दें, तो बढ़ावा देने के लिए तरह तरह के हम इसमें नए नए प्रोडक्ट बनाते गए। भुजिया पहले हाथ से बनती थी, हमने बनाया भाई हाथ से बन रही है, ये तो बढ़िया अच्छी बात है, लेकिन इसको मशीन से भी डेवलप करने का हमने तरीका इसको नहीं लाएंगे तो जो लार्ज स्केल में हम भुजिया बनाएंगे वो बड़ा मुश्किल काम हो जाएगा। तो मैंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया गया और वहाँ पे भुजिया का बेसन लेके गया और 50 किलो बेसन लेके और खूब अपने कंधे पे ले जाके वहाँ पे भुजिया का 1 हफ्ते 15 दिन रह के मैंने भुजिया का कुछ मशीनें डेवलप करवाई और वहाँ पे सक्सेस कराया। कुछ फिर मैं भी इंडिया में आके उसको डेवलपमेंट करने के बारे में भी सोचता रहा। उसको सोचते सोचते आज हमें काफ़ी सफलता मिली है। उस सफलता के आधार पे आज हमें 1.5 लाख किलो से ऊपर 2 लाख किलो तक हम भुजिया बनाते हैं और नमकीन बनाते हैं और नमकीन में भी 1.5-2 लाख किलो तक बनाते हैं डेली। ऐसे प्रकार के हम प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाने का हमको नया तरीका, नया आयाम, नया रास्ता मिला। उस रास्ते को अपनाते हुए हमने आज पूरे देश में और विदेश में भी इस माल को भेज भेज के नए पैकिंग के द्वारा अब मिठाई रसगुल्ला भी हमने जैसे रसगुल्ला है, गुलाब जामुन है, सोन पापड़ी है। सोन पापड़ी जब सीजन आता है तो एक दिन में रोज़ का कम से कम 2 लाख किलो से ऊपर डेली प्रोडक्शन होता है। ऐसे करके हम 3 महीने 2 महीने में काफ़ी मिठाई का प्रोडक्शन करते हैं और उसके लिए हम फॉरेन की मशीनें भी मंगाते हैं, उसको हम डेवलप करते हैं। तो इस प्रकार बीका जी एक नाम है जो मेरे दादाजी है उनके नाम के सामने मैंने एक नया नाम रखने की सोची। बीका जी एक बीकानेर के जोधपुर के राजा थे और बीकानेर में आके उन्होंने बीकानेर शहर बसाया था। उनका नाम था बीका और एक नेर था, वही बीकानेर का गडरिया था। उसने उसके साथ में ज्वाइंट करके बीकानेर रखा तो मैंने इसका खाली बीका जी नाम रखा। और बीका जी नाम रखे हमें इसकी सफलता, गुणवत्ता, हमारे प्रोडक्ट के बारे में जो हम जी जान से हम प्यार करते हैं और खूब इसको सफलता में देने में हर समय तत्पर रहते हैं। बिजनेस को भी, कस्टमर को, छोटे छोटे कस्टमर भी हम बनाते हैं और बड़े बड़े डीलर का भी बनाते हैं। तो इस बारे में भी हम विचार करके तरह तरह का किसी भी प्रकार का हो तो हमेशा हम तरक्की के रूप में कुछ न कुछ विचार करते ही रहते हैं और आगे तरक्की के बारे में ध्यान रखते ही हैं। सबसे ज़्यादा वही एक ही ध्यान है हमारा कि जो छोटा कस्टमर है, बड़ा कस्टमर है, उसको किसी भी प्रकार का कोई दिक्कत नहीं आवे और काम में कोई बाधा नहीं आवे। तो मैं सब आप लोगों का बहुत सहभागी हूँ और सब आभार प्रकट करता हूँ कि आपको किसी भी प्रकार की, किसी भी धारक को किसी भी शेयर जो लेगा वो कंपनी का उतना ही मालिक है जितना हम अपने आप को महसूस करते हैं, उतना ही मालिक वो रहेगा। इसलिए इस कंपनी के में आप किसी भाई को, किसी को सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हर समय फैक्ट्री देखने को तैयार है। फैक्ट्री देखो, हमारे 4-5 फैक्ट्रियाँ बीकानेर में हैं। देखने लगे से मालूम पड़ेगा कि फैक्ट्रियाँ बीकानेर जैसे शहर में, रेगिस्तान के शहर में, और जहाँ पे पानी की भी अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है, फिर भी हम वहाँ पे बीकानेर में रह के इस फैक्ट्रियों को हम रोज़ उत्पादन करते हैं और रोज़ साधन पैदा करते हैं। और जो मोठ की दाल है हमारे बीकानेर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ही होती है और जो मूंग की दाल है वो भी बीकानेर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होती है और दूध हमारे बीकानेर में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है और इसलिए खोआ भी खूब ज़्यादा होता है। तो हमारे वहाँ पे रॉ मटेरियल पैदा होने से हम अपने बीकानेर की पहचान और वहाँ की आब हवा, वहाँ का जो वातावरण है वो बहुत ही सुंदर है। इसलिए हम सबको स्वाद में आज भी नंबर 1 बीकानेरी आता है। तो मैं सबको आपको हार्दिक बधाई देता हूँ, हार्दिक आपको स्वागत करता हूँ कि आप सब बीकानेर पधारें और एक बार तय दिल से बीकानेर में फैक्ट्री हमारी देखें और देख के इस बारे में विचार करें। और देखने लायक जगह है कि बीकानेर जैसे शहर में हम ऑटोमेटिक कैसे काम कर सकते हैं, ऑटोमेटिक कैसे माल बनाते हैं और कैसे कैसे लोगों को सिखाते हैं। तो मैं सबको हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ और सबको धन्यवाद देता हूँ। जय हिंद।
Can we run audio visual, please?
Nestled within the dunes of Rajasthan A small town called Bikaner is home to one of India's pioneers in the packet snacks industry. We have given a novel twist to the classic Indian snacks with a contemporary taste. We have maintained the regional flavors to address the evolving consumer preferences in India and internationally. We are one of India's largest FMCG brands. We are Bika Ji. The brand was launched in 1993 by Mr. Shiv Ratan Agarwal with an in-depth understanding of Indian tastes and preferences. He has over 3 decades of experience in the Indian snack industry with Bikaneri Bhujia.
पहले भुजिया घरों में बनता था, घर के अंदर ही भट्टियाँ होती थी, घर में कारखाने में पीछे कारखाना होता था, उसमें भट्टियों की भुजिया बनती थी। तो उस भुजिया को रोकने के लिए मैंने फैक्ट्री का इजाद करने की सोची। तो 86 में मैंने फैक्ट्री की नींव डालनी शुरू कर दी और 87 में मैंने फैक्ट्री भारत में पहली बार भुजिया की फैक्ट्री, नमकीन की फैक्ट्री बीकानेर में पहली बार फैक्ट्री बनाई।
Today, Bika Ji has a well-diversified product basket of more than 250 products, split largely into 6 categories: Bhujia, Namkeen, packet sweets, Papad, Western snacks and other snacks, including gift packs, assortment, frozen food, Matri range and cookies. Today, Bika Ji is among the top 3 Indian ethnic snack manufacturers in India. Our large portfolio of products not only suit individual palates but also have attractive price points, supported by a robust supply chain with attractive margins, key factors that aptly attribute to us enjoying this leading position. In fiscal 2022, Bika Ji was the largest manufacturer of Bikaneri Bhujia, one of the largest manufacturers of packaged rasgulla, Son Papdi, and Gulab Jamun, and the second largest manufacturer of handmade papad. Our erstwhile director, Mrs. Sushila Devi Agarwal, has been awarded the President's Award for Women Empowerment. We have 7 operational manufacturing facilities operated by us. Each facility is installed with customized automated manufacturing equipment obtained from national and international suppliers for precise production processes. We adhere to stringent product quality standards and closely track consumer preferences across segments from cross-section of markets in India and abroad. Bika Ji has given paramount importance to strengthening the brand recall and consumer goodwill with significant investments. With an extensive pan-India and global distribution network, we are a leading exporter of Indian ethnic snacks, sweets, frozen food, besides savories, to North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Africa. We intend to establish additional manufacturing facilities to ensure optimization of our logistics costs. In keeping with the latest consumer trends, we offer the convenience of ordering online and from Bika Ji mobile application. Bika Ji's growth story has been achieved through the leadership of a well-qualified senior management team with extensive experience in the consumer goods, food and beverages industry, which we believe enables us to capitalize on future growth opportunities. Mr. Deepak Agarwal, our Managing Director and Promoter, has been instrumental in managing our rapidly expanding operations, implementing strategic marketing and business initiatives, whilst focusing on financial performance. Our growth plan includes implementing distinctive growth strategies, usage of advanced technology to further optimize our operations, and further strengthening our brand. We are Bika Ji.
हेलो एवरीवन, आप सबका सबसे पहले स्वागत है. आई वेलकम यू एवरीवन एंड थैंक यू फॉर दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी गिविंग अस. So today myself Deepak Agarwal and I'm the managing director. I look after mostly the process, production, new product development, projects and other departments. And today with me in presentation we have CFO Mr. Rishabh Jain and Mr. Manoj Verma ji, who is our Chief Operating Officer. So Rishabh is look after accounts, finance, IT and investor relationship, and he is associated with us from last 2015. Whereas Manoj Verma ji is, associated with us from last 1.5 years. He has a vast experience of 25 years in Cadbury, Colgate, Aditya Retail, and Mrs. Baxter. And he looks after sales, marketing, and operations. So this Bikaji brand is introduced in 1993 from my father, and Bikaji name is inspired from the city Bikaner and the king of Bikaner who founded Bikaner, Rao Bika. So आपने देखा होगा हर एक छोटे शहर या हर एक छोटे कस्बे में भी बीकानेर के नाम से जरूर कोई ना कोई या तो मिठाई की दुकान होती है या नमकीन की दुकान होती है. बिकॉज बीकानेर ये चीज़ के लिए फेमस है. हर दिन बीकानेर में 1000 टन्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन डेली का होता है वहाँ पे, सब ये तीनों पापड़, भुजिया और मिठाई मिला के. इसलिए बीकानेर की पहचान ही वहाँ की नमकीन और मिठाई है और परंपरा से भरा पड़ा है. इसलिए बीकानेर का नाम हर शहर में ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश्ड है. Before 93, we had a brand name that is Haldiram and Haldiram Bhujiawala. So Haldiram ji was my real great grandfather who started this business in early 1940s. वो अपने एक छोटी सी दुकान से उन्होंने काम चालू किया था. वहीं पे वो भुजिया बनाते थे अपने हाथों से और वहीं पे माल बेचा करते थे. धीरे धीरे उनकी हाथ की भुजिया बहुत फेमस होती चली गई. एंड 1950s में आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस, two of my cousin grandfather also shifted to Calcutta. And because lots of migration happened, especially in the Marwari culture, and from Rajasthan to northeast Calcutta, Bangalore, Chennai, Madras, and various other places. एंड सो इसी के चलते हुए मेरे जो दो कज़न ग्रैंडफ़ादर है उन्होंने भी कलकत्ता शिफ्ट किया एंड उन्होंने भी हल्दीराम भुजियावाला के नाम से और हल्दीराम स्वीट्स के नाम से बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया. In 70s, my father generation has come. My father are four brothers. So one of my elder uncle has shifted to Nagpur in 1974-75, and he started the same business, which is called today Haldiram's Nagpur. And two of my younger uncle had shifted to Delhi in 1983-84, and even they started with the same name Haldiram Bhujiawala, and which is called today Haldiram's Delhi. So after a lot of in late 80s and early 90s there were many Haldirams and Haldiram Bhujiawala. So Haldiram Delhi, Nagpur, Bikaner, and there were three Haldirams in Calcutta. And there was some confusions among the brand and territories, and everyone has decided to be restricted with some geographies. As my father was a visionary and he never wanted to be restricted with one particular geography or some specific area, and that's how he decided to withdraw the brand Haldiram and he introduced his own brand, that is Bikaji. यहीं से बिकाजी की शुरुआत हुई. और today we are the largest manufacturer of Bikaneri Bhujia, second largest manufacturer of handmade papad after Lijjat. हर महीने कम से कम 5000 वुमेन्स को एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलता है पापड़ से on a very conservative side, and we also believe in women empowerment. We are also one of the largest manufacturer of Indian sweets, packet sweets like son papdi, gulab jamun, and rasgulla. And today we have almost 2000 distributors across India, direct and indirect, and presence in almost 22 states. And we cover all the price point from 5 rupees, 10 rupees to all 300 rupees. It's not an impulse brand, it's a family pack consumption brand as well. Right now we have a 7 owned unit manufacturing. Till last year we only had a one manufacturing location, that was Bikaner, but now we have shifted to Bikaner to Assam, Bihar, South India, and Uttar Pradesh. Also, last year, we got an approval of a PLI scheme from the government, where we have committed to invest 430 crore rupees, and the government will subsidize us 260 crore rupees in next 5 to 6 years. At the right side of presentation, you can see are the categories like what we have: bhujia, namkeen, sweets, papad, and frozen snacks, frozen food, and Western snacks. And we'll talk little bit about my father journey also. Now he have experienced more than 4 decades. So as he mentioned that, he was the first person to establish the first factory in 1986-87. इससे पहले हर शहर में छोटे छोटे कारखाने होते थे, कॉटेज इंडस्ट्रीज होती थी, पर कारखानों से फैक्ट्री का जो रूप है वो मेरे फादर ने पहली बार इस इंडस्ट्री को दिया, because he wanted to be more disciplined, better practices. He wanted to improve some systems and automation. That's how he established the first factory in 1986-87. In 93, he introduced the brand Bika Ji. In 94, 95, I still remember my first foreign visit to Germany, where we have participated in Anuga food exhibition. From there we have initiated the exports, start from Gulf food, and then followed by US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Right now we are almost present more than 30 countries, around 35 countries, all over the world. 95 से लेके 2008 तक we have expanded our categories, varieties, namkeens and sweets. ऑल टाइम मेरे फादर का एक ही फोकस रहता था कि वो कैसे अपने प्रोसेस को, प्रोडक्शन को ऑटोमाइज करें, सिस्टम्स को इम्प्रूव करें, और इस इंडस्ट्री को कैसे आगे लेके जाए. ही इज़ अ वेरी वेल नोन इन दिस इंडस्ट्री अबाउट हिज ऑटोमाइजेशन एंड इम्प्रूवमेंट इन सिस्टम्स and in practices. In 2008, we have also opened a one retail outlet in Mumbai, Malad West, where we serve all kind of fresh sweets like Kaju Barfi, Motichur Laddu, hot chaats like Chola Bhatura and samosas. And but later on, 2011 and 12, we decided to focus on our core strength, that is manufacturing and distribution. After existence of 25 years of factory, we visualize that now we need a new infrastructure with fully automatic, with new compliances, with the new norms. And that time we visualized that we need 100 crore rupees to invest, and our turnover was 300 crore rupees. So it was very difficult for us कि 300 करोड़ रुपए पे 100 करोड़ रुपए कैसे खर्च करेंगे. तो हमारे ऊपर इतना गट फील भी नहीं था. But one of our advisor, Sunana ji, has advised us that why don't you go for a private equity and look for it. So that's how the private equity has come into the picture in 2014, where we have raised 12.5%, 90 crore rupees at the valuation of 720 crore rupees from Lighthouse. So after the raised money, we have built up one of the art of the state facility, fully automatic in 2016. That is Kandi Industrial Area, and it is one of the largest Indian savory manufacturing facility. And I'll talk little bit about later about my this facility. In 2018, we have again raised one fund that was a mix of primary and secondary at the valuation of 3,000 crore rupees from the IFL. In 2019, we endorsed Amitabh Bachchan ji as a brand ambassador. And after his endorsement, we really got a good feedback, especially from the traders and distributors. Nowadays, traders and distributors कहते हैं कि इनका ad आता है, इनके ad में अमिताभ बच्चन है तो इनका माल बिक जाएगा. So this kind of confidence comes among the distributors, and this helped us to make distributors everywhere or every corner of the India. कंज्यूमर के लिए साथ में भी ऑफ टेक में भी हमको इम्प्रूवमेंट आया. जहाँ पे भी पहले माल नहीं बिकता था तो वो इजीली ऑफ टेक में कन्वर्ट हो गया. That's how Amitabh Bachchan has played the role and the advertisement had played the role. In 2021, we have acquired one unit that is Patent Food in South India, Tumkur, and where we manufacture all kind of snacks and namkeen. So we'll talk little bit about our, today we'll cover 4 points, and that where we have located our manufacturing facilities and why. And we'll talk little about our brand recognition, about our distribution, where we have a core market, focus market, and why about some are organized and unorganized market, and about various segments. Then we'll talk about promoters, team, and board members. And lastly, we'll consider all our financial performances. So as I mentioned that now we have one of the fully automatic facility. Largely, we have one of the largest factory, 2 lakh tons per annum capacity. We have all kind of certifications like ISO 9000, BRC audit, social audit, FDA approval, APIDA approval. We follow all the best of the practices. Our core focus is on the manpower safety and the food safety. We always focus on sustainable and efficient energy. We have put up a one solar power plant on our roof, which is 1.75 megawatt. So we ensure that we cover all the ESG part and all the sustainable and best of the practices in our factory. So till last year we were only located at Bikaner, but last year after the PLI come, we had some plans to expand, but aggressively we planned and we expanded, and now we have spread our wings to Assam, Guwahati. That is opened last February. In month of May we have started Muzaffarpur, Bihar. In last month we have started Kanpur, and last year we also invested a small plant that is in South India, Tumkur, which they were only manufacturing some chips and extruded snacks, but we have expanded the infrastructure and we have put up 2 lines of ethnic snacks, like where we can manufacture all our aloo bhujia, moong dal, and some peanuts and these kind of products. So we have a diversified range, all kind of a range we manufacture. आप कुछ भी रेंज का बात करें, चाहे साउथ इंडिया की बात करें, तो वी हैव अ साउथ इंडियन रेंज, वी हैव अ गुजराती रेंज, वी हैव अ इंदौरी मिक्सचर्स, वी हैव अ राजस्थानी मिक्सचर्स. जो भी कोई कॉम्पिटिटर का या किसी क्षेत्र का, किसी एरिया का कोई अच्छा प्रोडक्ट लगता है, तो हम लोग उसको अपने पास लेके आते हैं, उसको अडॉप्ट करते हैं, उसको कॉपी करते हैं, उसको उसके जैसा बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं. साथ में वी ऑलवेज पार्टिसिपेट इन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एग्जीबिशंस. वी गो देयर एंड वी try to innovate some products, or we try to bring some good products in Indian market. And we always try to be on time and with the technologies कि जो भी आज के टाइम की ज़रूरत है, चाहे वो किसी भी तरह का कंज्यूमर हो, फ्रॉम यंग जनरेशन टू एल्डर जनरेशन, we try to cope up with every product. So with the same, we have a innovative packaging. Quality is our main core strength. My father says कि अगर हम अच्छा माल बनाएंगे तो माल अपने आप बिकेगा, and that is also we believe, and we also follow the same path, and we try to build up the best of the quality product, and that is also our strength. Uh, we cover all the price point, as I mentioned, that 510 to 300 rupees, 350 rupees. Like in Kaju Barfi, we it's 1,000 rupees kgs. And at the right side of presentation, you can see in the circle, in the red circle, that we have a 50, more than 55% is a family pack consumption, and impulse pack is only a 45%. That represents our strengths and the trust in the families is, and it shows our the superior quality and competency against all our competitors. Today, we are the highest advertisement expenses among all the competitors. Us, and we are presence in variable channels, whether it is prime time, non-prime time, or on all the social medias. So this slide is about organized and unorganized market. So I think Manoj ji, why don't you come and
Thanks, Deepak ji. So Deepak ji very briefly touched upon the strength of Bika Ji. So he started off on the expansion of our manufacturing units across country. Then he spoke about a well recognized brand, wherein it's a home brand and also one of the highest advertised brand within the country amongst our peer group. Now, before I move ahead, I'll briefly run you through, with this slide, the landscape of categories, of all the categories where Bika Ji plays. So if we look at, on the first block on the top, this is about Indian stationery business, wherein, in 2015, the organized sector was just about 39% and rest was unorganized. By 2022, this 39 moved to 56%. And that's what was the shrinkage in unorganized sector. Now, the key inflection point during these years was, one was GST, and the other was COVID, which adversely impacted the unorganized sector. Good thing is, going forward by 2026, as per industry experts, this organized share is expected to be at 60% and growing at about 15% growth. On the right block, on the first row, if you look at, this is about organized sector. So what's clearly coming out, that Western snacks enjoys a reasonably good share of business. So in 2015, it was about 55%. By 22, it's 57, and the same kind of share of business it would enjoy to retain and will be at about 56%. Both Western and Indian ethnic snacks are poised at a growth of about 15% going forward. On the left bottom block, if you look at, this is about Indian sweets market. So today, the size of Indian sweets market is almost about 60,000 crore. And to a surprise, the organized sector is not even 10%, it's 9.8%. So that's the white space, which now you will see the revolution coming in. On the papad, which is a very small category for now, but good thing is that again the organized sector is poised at a double-digit growth going forward. Now, in the last slide, I spoke about how category is behaving in the country. Now, this slide speaks about how's that Bika Ji has been doing in the yesteryears. So the first column is about the categories where we play. So first and foremost is Bhujia, which is our hero category, and contributes to 30% in our revenue and is growing at almost about 27% CAGR from 20 to 22. Namkeen, which is the largest category in our portfolio, we have 66 different products under this Namkeen category, contributes to almost about 36% to our revenue and is growing at 19.2%. Packaged sweet is the third largest category in our portfolio with a revenue contribution of 12.7% and is growing at 25.2% CAGR from 20 to 22. Papad is a category which contributes to 6.7% and is growing at 14.2%. Western snacks is a small category for us with contribution of 5.7%, but growing at 28%. Other snacks is very small pie with 2.5% share of business and is growing at a double digit 10.5%. Now, the point is that now if we look at that, our growths are more or less at about 1.5x to 2x of the category growth. Now, what has helped us deliver this stuff is that we could maintain a consistent product pipeline. We have easy access to few of our key ingredients such as mot dal, moong dal, cow milk. Then it's about, we focused on quality. So the consistency in the quality, what we deliver. Needless to speak about the legacy of our promoters and their vast and the decades of experience in this category and our ability to respond to changing consumer and shopper needs. Another strength on distribution to talk about, we are present across 23 states and 4 union territories within the country. On the globe, we have footprint over 21 countries with our exports revenue contribution of 4%. We have a very strong distributor network of about 2,400 distributors and sub-distributor put together across East, West, North, South of India. On this map, if you look at, 3 of the states are colored in pink. These states are Rajasthan, Bihar, and Assam. We call these states as our core states because this is where we enjoy market share leadership position. We are market leaders in these 3 states in traditional snacks. The ones marked in blue are 4 from north of India, which is Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, and Uttar Pradesh, and 2 from south of India, which is Karnataka and Telangana. These states we have identified as focus states for ourselves. And this is for our strategic purpose, that how we look at these states differently. And the rest of the states we call as our other states. On the right side of this sheet, if you look at, this is about the channel split. So general trade or traditional trade is the largest of all with 85% plus contribution, followed by modern trade at about 5.7%, followed by exports at 3.2. Then is e-com at about 0.8% and 4.8 is others, which include institutional, Horeca and others channels. Uh, Now, if you look at below this pie chart, the bar speaks about the growth by each channel. So the growth is not riding on one or two channels, it's across. So general trade, which is the largest, has delivered a CAGR growth of 21.8% from FY20 to FY22. Modern trade at a CAGR growth of 24%. Exports delivered a growth of 17.7%. And e-com, I mean, though a small base, yet delivered a CAGR growth of 150% over 20 to 22. May I request Rishabh to please take this?
So we have a very strong and professional board, starting with Sri Shivratan Agarwal ji, who is the chairman of our company. He is behind the driving force of the company. Mr. Deepak Agarwal, he is a managing director and managing all the operation of the company. Shweta Agarwal, she is assisting Deepak Agarwal in managing a few operation parts. So all three are from family, bringing lot of experience, decade of experience into the company. Sachin Kumar Bhartia, he is a nominee director on behalf of Lighthouse, joined the board in 2014. Nidhi Woman, she is representing IFL as a nominee director. We have a very strong independent director board. So like Siraj Chaudhary, he is ex-Cargill chairman, currently on the board of Tata Consumer, Tata Coffee, and multiple other reputed company. Mr. Vipul Prakash, he is ex-PepsiCo, served more than 20 years in PepsiCo in a sales and marketing department. Currently, he is a CEO of Make My Trip India. Mr. Nikhil Vora, he is a founder and CEO of Sixth Sense Venture Fund. He's deep into consumer focus fund. Pulkit Bachawat, he's plus 7 years experience in consultancy, merchant banking. He's CA, CFA, bringing a lot of experience in the company. Richa Goel, she's plus 20 years experience in legal, trademark consultancy. She's also on the board of multiple listed companies. So we have made a mixed board, thereby we get very strong and balanced approach across all decisions. Followed by we have a very strong team like Manoj Agro. Manoj ji, he has joined 1.5 years back. Shambhu Dayal Gupta ji, he is with us from more than 25 years, joined the company when it was a very initial stage, and last year we closed plus 600 crore rupees. So he's into the company from last many years. Divya is plus 12 years. She is company secretary for company secretary. Rahul is plus joined the board this year, joined the company this year, and he's ex Mayur Unicorp, also a listed company, bringing a lot of experience into pure managing all the legal affairs of the company. Also, in last 2 years, we have built a very strong team across all function, be it sales, marketing, operations, there's HR, finance, across all functions. We made a very strong leadership team. Also, last year we have kept aside close to 50 lakh shares of ESOP pool, out of which we have given ESOPs to employees and workers. One thing which I would like to highlight that we also given ESOPs to close to 550 workers at a largely 1 rupee face value, which is free of cost. Yeah. At a 1 rupee face value, thereby rewarding them who are with us for more than 3 years, 5 years. We have very strong auditors. BDO, along with them, Suran and company are doing our audit. BDO are among one of the highest, one of the best auditors in the country. They are doing the audit of the company from last 3 years. We have very strong investor bench. Like Lighthouse has joined the company in 14. They have again reinvested into the company in last year 2021, and they have put close to 150 crore rupees in the company, the valuation of 5,500 crore rupees. Y2 has taken a secondary purchase this year. It was a secondary transaction. IFLS came into the company in 18, and it was a mix of primary and secondary round. The valuation was close to 2950 crore rupees, and they put close to 250 crore rupees. It was a mix of primary and secondary round. We are investing a lot in automation, DMS, because it's a future ultimately, and we need to improvise on bring efficiency across every functions. So we are using Microsoft D365, and we are also using across all functions, be it purchase, process, production, till the level of Salesforce automation, DMS. That's how we'll be able to manage very strong working capital cycle. Coming on financials, so we are growing at 22% CAGR from last 3 years, but yeah, over the years we are growing the same CAGR. First quarter H1 23 to compared to H1 21, we are grown at 25% plus CAGR. So that's a strong growth we have seen this year in first quarter. Coming gross margin profile, so we have very strong gross margin profile. So in FY22, we had done gross margin 27.4%. FY23 Q1. So last 18 months has been toughest for across all the food brand in India, but we are able to manage very strong gross margin profile across all over the years. And in Q1 23, we have done a gross margin 24.4%. Last 18 months, basically, it was the toughest for across all food brand because like edible oil prices, paper prices, beet, logistic cost, or so each cost has risen like it was risen manifold, but we've been able to manage very strong margin profile across all, be it grow at a gross margin level, EBITDA level. So in FY21, we've done a bit of close to 11%. FY22, we've done a bit of close to 8.7%. Q1 FY23, we had done a bit of 7.4%. Despite it was the toughest quarter for across all the food brand in India, but we had done a a bit of close to 7.4%. Coming forward, so yeah, we are looking at normalized EBITDA despite post first quarter we are seeing cooling of the prices in edible oil. We are also seeing this year crop in India is looking very good, and we are seeing good crop of cotton seed oil, good crop of key pulses. So we are looking downward trend across all key crops and edible oil. So we are looking at normalized EBITDA in coming quarters. From ROC perspective, so in ROC, we done FY21, we had done ROC of 21%. FY22, we done ROC of 14%. So we had done major investment in last 2 years. We also got PLI scheme. So we got a PLI of close to 261 crore rupees, and in which we are given a commitment to government that we will invest close to 38 crore rupees to the in through a mix of we'll also invest in our CME will also invest with us, and any CME which will invest mainly for Bika Ji, only for Bika Ji Foods will also be counted in this PLI scheme. So we have made a plan of 440 crore rupees. So prior to 18 months, we are based only in Bikaner, but we came across all part of India. So like Rajasthan, Assam, and Bihar, they are core market. So we have put a plant in all three core market. In Kanpur, our CMU started in August this year. In South, we acquired one plant last year, and we had done expansion. So we have made a plan of going around across all part of India for two reasons basically. One, to save on logistic cost because supplying from Bikaner to across all part, be it Assam, we are come 2,000 kilometer far. So it was a huge on supply called logistic cost. So we are trying to improve efficiency and building efficiency in this. So that's how number two, creating new category is a Western snacks, because Western snacks is a big category and we cannot ignore this, and supplying from Bikaner to other part is not logistically viable. So we have came up with plant across all part for two category. One is Western snacks and other is namkeen. And that's how we have built a capacity of all the in advance. Of course, PLI has helped us because we got a PLI of 261 crore rupees, which we will get in next 6 years, starting from this year. We have some filing, so we'll start this from this year, and it is the next 6 years we'll get a PLI as a staggered payment. From working capital perspective, so we have very strong working capital cycle. So working capital requirement less than 25 days, and we always try to improvise on this. We have a close to 180 crore rupees cash sitting on a balance sheet, and our debt is less than close to 150 crore rupees. It's a mix of largely working capital and short term working capital cycle. We are net debt free company, and yeah, Manoj ji, over to you.
Yeah. So talking on our growth strategies, if we look at we have put our growth strategies broadly under these four buckets. So first is about we look our business, India business, in three different parts, and which is what I was earlier I very slightly touched upon. So core markets, which is where we are market leaders, focus markets where we want to disproportionately grow high, and the rest of the states, because each state would need different kind of intervention, different kind of inputs to deliver the kind of growth what we look for. Second is about continued investment behind building our brand further, because that's what gives us a lot of rub-off effect as we get into newer states and as we build our the categories what we want to drive within the core or the focus states. Third is about bringing in synergy with all the plants, manufacturing units, which is what we have built up across country, so, and to complement our core and focus both these states. And last is about leveraging automation technology to the core. So quickly, getting into the state strategy. So this slide is about the category within the country. I mean, little busy slide, but I'll just try to set the context here. If you just look at the first block, which is pink in color, these are basically, the category sizes within these states. And these are our core states, which is Rajasthan, Bihar, and Assam. So if you just look at the first row, this is about ethnic savory segment, in India. And putting these three states together, the size of category is just 15.8%. And we enjoy market share leadership within this space. So what we did for ourselves, we identified, next set of states wherein we said that now in next 3 to 4 years, we will gain, if not leadership, but at least, we'll be amongst the challenger brands. So now where to play area becomes, 15.8 plus 35, so it becomes 50.8. So that's the idea of setting context, with this slide. So this is the category layout. Now, talking on to this, our strategy. So this is these three states, as I spoke, Rajasthan, Assam, Bihar. We enjoy market share of 45%, 58%, and about 29% respectively in these states in traditional namkeen, right? These states put together, used to contribute to about 72.5% in FY20. And by FY22, the contribution is slightly slipped down to 71.5%. But by no standards does it mean that these states didn't do well. Mind you, these states delivered a CAGR growth of 21%, with such a strong base over 20 to 22. The share of business slightly slipped down because the rest of the states started firing. Now the task in these states, what we have identified for ourselves is that, leverage sales automation. So we are getting into, deployment of DMS. Our entire sales force is on SFA, which is what would increase or enhance effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity in the marketplace. Then is about, leveraging wholesale and hawkers to go down pop strata. How's that we can increase our distribution further. Uh, then is about few specific shopper marketing programs such as Bika Ji Maharaja store. And the task is that how do I increase throughput within the store where we are already present. This is about getting into multi-category sales, lines per order, so a multi-SKU sale within the store. New manufacturing facility would be a key enabler or an inflection point to get the continued growth from these states. Uh, I'll recap, what Deepak ji, spoke about. We commissioned a plant in Bikaner, which is what we call Hanuman Agro. This produces Western snacks, right? Uh, Earlier, we had very limited capacity of Western snacks to produce. And as I touched upon in one of my slides, that the size of Western market is fairly high. So that's what will complement our Western business growing. Second is we opened a plant in Guwahati. This is about Assam and Northeast. Now, having said 58% of market share in Assam, one need not explain the power of brand and the distribution strength what one would have. But no, we were zero till January in Western snacks. And for Assam and Northeast, the size of Western category is 70%. So we were 58% market share in 30% of the category. So that's where the opportunity is. Bihar, we opened, plant in Muzaffarpur, which is already up and running, and the next would come in Patna sometime soon. All these plants has capability of producing both the Western and the traditional ethnic snacks. So now, if I talk a little more on Assam and Bihar, now today the traditional snacks were serviced from Rajasthan all the way to Assam. Now, when we produce and sell in within the local markets, that's the kind of logistics savings which will come back to us, and the company will have ability to reinvest that savings back in the market to hold and gain share within those markets. So that's the kind of support what we'll get from this new manufacturing units. And this all put together, our task would be that how do we upgrade, how do we get into premiumization, within this space. Talking about our strategy for our focus markets. So as I said, focus markets are 6, 4 from North India and 2 from South India. So when we hired Amitabh Bachchan, so Amitabh Bachchan's persona works extremely well in Hindi speaking belt. And 4 out of 6 states are from north of India, the Hindi speaking belt. So we intensified our marketing investment, and these are state focused investments what we made, so as to build a brand, create brand awareness, and this makes distributor and retailer very receptive once we go and try to place our products there. So this has helped us well, and our task is to increase distribution. What we also did for the focus state was that earlier we only used to sell our hero products, which was bhujia, rasgulla, papad kind of a stuff. Now the focus is that we sell the entire basket, so which makes business viable for the distributor, and also the weight on the retailer goes up. Third is about, we developed certain products to address local taste, local preferences. For example, when we call South, this Karnataka and Telangana as our focus state. So one, of course, we, got our plant up in Tumkur. So that is about servicing. Second is about, we also developed certain products who would cater the local needs. So like Mangalorean mix, Southern mixture, Murukku sticks. So these are very relevant for the local people, the region, where we'll sell. Uh, we enjoy very strong relation with modern trade. So all the national chains, we have very strong relation, and by virtue of their presence in all these states, we invest behind it to get disproportionate visibility in these states. Uh, Also, what we do in this focus state as a stimulus for retailer and distributor, we spend, and that's the part of our strategy. We spend about 1.5 to 2% extra in these states, so as to entice retailers for keeping our products, and with all investment in marketing that increase the offtake. So that's how the synergy between both these stuff. Last is about strengthening the sales team. So we have put more feet on the ground so as to see that execution goes the way we want. Uh, all that I spoke about, what is that we have done, but I think numbers speaks louder than what I said. So the CAGR growth of these focus states over 20 to 22 has been almost about 36%, which is about 1.5x of the overall company's growth. Now, when the talking about strategy for other states, so when I say other state, doesn't mean that they are ignored state. It is that that what we are doing there is about the seeding operations. So we continue to invest behind building our super stockist base in these states. Our ATL spend, focused digital and social media spends in the specific cities and states, we continue to do. We are riding on a lot of e-com B2B channels, which becomes very cost effective and efficient to get our products placed on the shelves. And last is about continued investment to build our infrastructure and make ourselves future ready as we move forward. Talking about our strategy on the brand. So Amitabh Bachchan continues to be our brand ambassador. Earlier we hired him for 2 years, 19 and 20. Then towards expiry of his contract, when we did we went back to a drawing board, discussed and did some research. We figured out that this has paid us reasonably high dividend, and that's when company thought of extending the contract for another 2 years. With Amitabh Bachchan, we also do have rights to have his picture even on our packs, which you would see, which is placed on the back of this hall. So which gives us very strong throw when our product goes on the retailer shelf. We are leveraging him or this rights across all communication vehicle, be it print, TV, hoardings, BTL activities. So we're leveraging it all across. Uh, Also would want to bring to the notice that our advertisements are just not limited to this country itself. Since we are into export, we also invest behind media in abroad as well. And also pleased to inform that we have got a PLI incentive scheme from Government of India, which is 26 crore rupees we will get back in next 5 years. This is 50% of what we will spend. So that's the kind of investment we have committed for international spends as well. Talking on the strategy of how do we leverage, so I think I've already touched upon, but still I'll just recap that for core states, these three factories, which is Hanuman plant in Bikaner, Muzaffarpur and Patna for Bihar, and Guwahati plant to complement our Assam and Northeast business would come handy. For our focus states, one plant which has just got commissioned in Kanpur, will help our UP market grow disproportionately, and and also, besides doing Indian ethnic snacks, we will build the capacity to do Western snacks as well, which was almost nil till now. PLI incentive scheme, Rishabh has already spoken about. Just to repeat once again, we will be getting back 261 crore rupees from Government of India over next 6 years on a committed investment of 430 crores. So that's the kind of return what we will get back now with this expansion. Talking about leveraging on IT, so we completely are on ERP system across functions. That's what we fully leverage that stuff. We have a primary DMS enabled with us with all our distributors. So what essentially it means is that whatever distributor sells, he places the order. Every morning these orders get aggregated at our tool in our head office, and the supply chain accordingly produces the product. So this ensures that there is no production or no excess production. There's no aging of any of the product, and ensures that there's least short supplies what we could do. We are in process of implementing DMS for our distributors so as to track last mile, which is retailer sale as well. Also, we have implemented a ARS system, which is very few companies as of now have done. This is to improve or bring in efficiencies at our back end, at our warehousing. So over to. So thank you, everyone. Any questions, anything if you guys have?
Can we have question answers, please?
Hi, sir.
Hello, this
You know,
is
normally-
Ritesh Vora from Mission Street. Sir, congratulations for we are seeing the first FMCG issue after so long, such a quality issue. So thanks for that. I just want to understand how is the logistic plays a part in profitability of the company, and does will the growth will require continuous investment into number of plants across India? How do you comprehend that?
So, but logistic cost currently is around 4.5%. So that this was a major. We are into Rajasthan, Assam, and Bihar. These three are a core state. In Assam and Bihar are very further state. That's why we have put a plant in Assam and Bihar. But yeah, for supplying Western snacks, of course, we'll put a plant, or we have focused on CMU. But this was the reason we came up with plant across all part of India. But yeah, our average currently freight cost is close to 4.5%.
And my next question is how the oil and other raw material ingredient, how sensitive to the maintaining the profitability?
So see, oil and pulses are our main purchase. So these two oil and pulses. So in last 18 months, of course, has been tough for across all the food brand in India, because edible oil has shoot up like anything. Like it was average of 75-80 rupees a liter 2 years back. Has shoot up to 155-160 rupees a liter. But we have been very consistently passing on the prices to the consumers. And you will see from a gross margin and EBITDA perspective. So we have been successfully passed on the prices to our consumers.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, this is Sunil this side.
Yeah.
Just wanted to understand how many SKUs you would have in your, at any point of time in your across the all products.
So currently we manufacture close to 250 plus more than 250 type of products. But yeah, SKU, of course, because we normally 3-4 SKU in each product. Normally, yeah, SKU at any point of time will be 500, 600. But yeah, top running SKU will be always be minimum. It's a 20-80 ratio type of thing.
And who owns the Bikano brand?
Bikano is a completely different brand.
Okay, are they also from Rajasthan?
I think the forefathers are from Rajasthan, but yeah, they are shipped to Delhi. It's a Delhi-based company.
Okay, and what could be your bifurcation in terms of rural and urban in terms of revenue? Rural and urban bifurcation in terms of revenue?
Yeah, so this would be about 70-30 kind of.
70 would be urban.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, this is Shirish Pradesh from Centrum. I have three questions. The first question is, you just touched upon Rajasthan is the largest market. Historically, we have seen that Haldiram is not present. So is there any historical reason that we are very strong in Rajasthan and we continue to invest more in Rajasthan?
So one is I think we are strongest in Assam, which is 58%. I think I took you through that slide. But yes, Rajasthan is our home state, closest vicinity, and that's homeland of Bikaner. That's one reason that we are very strong in Rajasthan.
Okay. My second question on the distribution, what you have touched upon, I think you're competing healthy in the large pack, but ultimately it's a distribution game at 5 and 10. So in the weaker market, also called not represented markets like South, if you can elaborate some strategy, how we should look at in next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah. So currently, if I speak about, we have a very small share, which would be even less than 2% in these markets, right? We don't aspire to be market leaders in our focus state in at least next 3-4 years. But yes, we want to be challenger brand. And for that, that's the investment what we are making behind our ATL spends, our distribution stuff, new SKUs put all together. You asked on, the small pack and large pack ratio. Of course, as we, get into these focus markets, you will see that our contribution of large pack will slip down at least by 5%. So it would then be 55-45 because the recruiter pack will be 5 and 10 rupees only. And as our sales starts growing, this is what would be, the ratio going forward.
Yeah, Manoj, I understand what you said, but you also touched upon very heavily on the Western snacks.
Yeah.
And looking at the competition and the aggression in the market, what makes you feel, and not exactly asking what is your market share going to be next years, but if you can walk the journey, how you think as a company you will be successful, because I think you will also need one more brand ambassador, or I don't know whether if Amitabh Bachchan is also going to endorse Western snack also.
Yeah. So Western snacks will never be our forte, and we don't aspire to be market leaders in Western snacks. It's a complementary category to traditional snacks, right? And that's what, because end of the day, channel is the same. It's same set of distributor, it's same retailer who's selling both. So we don't want to miss on the opportunity. Of course, today, if I speak about that, our contribution of Western snacks is about 5-6%. This, in couple of years, this would move to close to about 10% kind of a stuff. That's the only space what we are looking at.
Okay. Okay. Just last question for Rishabh. If you can explain why we are asking such a steep valuation. I mean, it's a very competitive game in the market. You said many times that if there is a benefit from PLI, we will reinvest back in terms of advertising. And we definitely know Amitabh Bachchan is not going to come free. So I think there is a cost element which is there. So what is that you are expecting that you are demanding such a high valuation?
So from valuation perspective, I think bankers will touch base on valuation part.
So look, in terms of the valuation, I think the company has done an extensive round of meetings with institutional investors. And the valuation has been set in a manner which is found to be comfortable for those investors, the broader set of investors that have been met. The anchor book, of course, will be out on the 2nd. You'll be able to see that on the company's website. Of course, these investors have taken various factors into account, which is the company's positioning in the market, their growth profile, so on and so forth. And this is a price that we believe is a good price both for incoming investors also, right?
Okay. Thank you. That's it from me.
Hi, sir. My name is Varun Singh. I'm from IDBI Capital. So, couple of questions. First, is in the categories where we are leader, and even in the states where we are leader, how much would be difference between the second brand compared to the revenue that we would be enjoying? Roughly, if you can help us with some. ballpark number?
So see, in a state like Rajasthan and Assam, where we are close to or over 50% kind of a stuff. So there, the difference between the first and the second brand would be pretty high. But when we speak about Bihar, where we have about 29% market share, so I think it would be neck to neck kind of a stuff. That's where it is.
When we say pretty high, sir, it would be 50, 60 percent more than the second brand, roughly.
Say again.
When we say that in Rajasthan and Assam,
Yeah, yes.
difference is very high.
Yes,
So this
yes,
very
yes.
high means 40, 50.
Yes, it will be.
Okay. And second question, sir, on focus states, how much is our revenue contribution currently from the focus states?
So it's about 72%, 71, 72% comes from, no, sorry, from core state, it comes from this thing. And from
It is close to
18%.
18%.
Yeah.
Sure. But sir, like as you mentioned that we spend 1.5 to 2% extra in the focus states so that we are able to incentivize a distribution machinery well. Sir, how are we, or in fact, so this question is squarely on advertisement and promotion where we are spending, selling out more of money. So what are we doing to make the spend more effective? Meaning that instead of choosing mass media platforms like a national news channel, how are you thinking about making or reducing the cost or making it more effective so that in non-focus states, we are not uselessly doing advertisements?
Yeah, so that's how, so the marketing investments, what we make are pretty strategic. So, today with the kind of digital media support, so which you can even, focus on the city itself and also just not city, also the SEC, what you're wanting to address. So we invest. So the print media, which is again could be state wise, you can look at that. What's your TG? Who do you want to address to? That's the kind of efficiency we try to bring in. And end of the day, now marketing investment, you may not, till such time you get the right ROI, it becomes meaningful to invest behind that stuff. So we're very cognizant and conscious about the question, what you said.
Anything you wish to highlight about cost of customer acquisition that we are, kind of wanting to drive down?
So I think it's, at this point in time, if you look at, so we invest about 1.7 to 2%. That's ATL spends what we do, which if you put it in terms of, revenue is about, 30 crores kind of a 35 crores kind of a amount what we are doing in that stuff. Customer acquisition, what you're talking of, what we do is in terms of, we are investing behind increasing our reach first, because, acquisition, it could be multiple consumption as well. Our task is that how do we expand our distribution? So as I speak, our availability across country is about 8.5 lakh outlets. Our task in next 2 to 3 years is that to take this number to 13.5 lakh outlets, our availability. That's what we are investing and working behind.
So thank you very much. It's very helpful.
Sir, in your presentation, you mentioned that you have taken over 6 plants in the last 1 year, and your March 2022 top line is 1610 crore. Does it include the full year manufacturing of the 6 plants additional taken, or it is in part?
No. So our all plant have started this year. So in Guwahati plant started in February, Muzaffarpur plant started in May, Kanpur CMU started in August, Hanuman Agro, which is also a group company, and it's a CMU, so it is started in August. So all the plant has started. Only Southern South plant, which is based in Patent, Tumkur. So that plant has started last year, and we have done major expansion. We have set up a Namkeen line there. So all the capacity will come in this year, basically.
And all these plants are running at full capacity?
No. So it's just started, and we always do capacity building, looking at future 3-4 years, right? All the plant is just started, and it's in the going phase. It's in the improving phase.
So these plants you have taken will be good enough for you to grow in the next 3 to 4 years.
So all the capex and all the investment which we have done can take care for next 3-4 years. That's what it looks like.
And will it be safe to assume that at least you will register a growth of 25 to 35%?
We cannot comment on this, but yeah. So if you see over the last many years, So we grown at 20% plus CAGR from last 5-6 years, and of course we have built a capacity across all part of India, and we are investing in brand building. So of course, and this opportunity is big because we are catering to close to 1.5 lakh crore of market, where the category lies, right? So of course category is big, and so there's a huge opportunity, and of course it's all about execution. So yeah, so we will try on execution, and result will come. Yeah, result will
Sir,
take care of us.
one more question. Except for 1 year, your EBITDA margin is single digit, around 8.5% and lower. Going forward, or not going forward, do you see the core reason of this being in single digit, and what will make it at least double digit?
So FY21 we done a bit of 11%.
Yeah.
FY20 we done a bit of close to 9%. So in FY20 first time we started brand. We have taken brand ambassador. We have done major brand building exercise. That in that year brand expense was close to 3.5%. So that was an exceptional expense which we done in FY20. But yeah, you will see in FY21 we done a bit of 11%. FY22, despite the toughest year for across all the food brand, you will see we done a bit of 8.8%. So if I this year quarter 1 was tough was tough, but yeah, quarter 2 we have seen reasonably good. Again, the cooling of the prices, so we will come at normalized EBITDA. But yeah, we cannot comment future numbers. But yeah, so coming year we are seeing cooling of prices of key edible oil, key raw material, paper prices. So we are working on the same.
Thank you.
We are working on normalized EBITDA. We are trying to come on normalized EBITDA.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Hello.
Can you get the mic, please?
Yeah, hi, this is Priyam here from ASK. Just on this capacity part, wanted to understand what kind of capacity utilization are we currently, because I think we are at around 40-50% capacity utilization.
Yes.
So is it safe to assume that over the next 3-4 years, our capex will not be that much and we'll be ramping up this capacity utilization?
Yes.
So fixed asset turns in this business, what is it like? Is it around 3 to 4x or is it lower than that?
See, currently we are at close to 2.5x. Last 2-3 years we had done major expansion across all part. In the existing plant also we done major expansion. In this year we have gone across all part of India. So if you see other competitor, we can look at comfortably 3.5 to 4x. But yeah, it's all upon utilization. But yeah, we can take comfortably 4x at 4.5 full capacity utilization.
Any number you would like to give on the capex part over the next 3-4 years? What kind of capex?
So there will be no major capex. That's what looks like, only NPD and maintenance. But yeah, we cannot comment much on future.
And structurally on the margins, as our share of the wholesale packs will also be reducing, as sir highlighted that it will be reducing to around 55% as we are entering new geographies. So will it have a negative impact on margins, or how is it we are looking at this?
No, so it will not have much impact because we have larger share. We have 60% plus share of family pack. 3-4% down, which Manoj has commented, will not have any significant impact on our bottom line because there is no such significant difference between both impulse pack and family pack.
Okay, thanks. That's all from me.
So this is Arun Kejriwal. Specific question to Vishal and the rest of the merchant bankers, because he's the one who answered the question on valuation. We have 2 other listed players in this segment on the exchanges, and both haven't delivered returns to the investors so far. What gives you, Vishal, and the rest of you, the comfort that Bika Ji would be different? I do understand this is not into that 5 rupee pack. This is into family packs, and it has a lot of traditional snacks. It also has sweets, while some of the other companies also have. Talking about the merchant bank, talking about the anchor part, the company which listed 5 years ago also had an excellent anchor. It did very well on listing, and it's today available at less than half the high that the company had made. I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to denounce, but I want to understand what comes from within you, that comfort that this will be different. Please, Vishal.
Sir, good to see you again. Okay, each company in any segment, there are multiple different companies. Each one has their own positioning, own branding, and its own path that it forges, right? Some are immensely successful and some don't do so well. Now, In this company, of course, we've seen the track record of the company over the last few years, right? The company has proven itself, grown strength to strength. And look, honestly, yes, you may have some other companies that may have done performed in a different fashion, but we're fairly confident, seeing what we have about this company, that they would deliver, a good, strong story going forward.
Just 2 or 3 points that give you that comfort. You are skirting that issue completely.
I'm not skirting it. Mr. Kejriwal, happy to have a more detailed discussion offline.
Thank you.
Sure.
See, I'll add one more thing. That first of all, the product what the Bika Ji has the entry barrier. See, I'll tell you one example. The big ITC, Pepsi, everybody has gone for the manufacturing of bhujia, namkeen, etc. But none of them have could establish those products. Why only the Haldiram, Bika Ji? These are the only family who has these kind of the product which are being sold. Because these are the product which require a number of years or decades to establish the test and the consistency that gives over the years. See, I'll tell you, you are getting a different crop at a different time of the years, but you are getting the similar kind of the bhujia. Why you are getting the similar kind of test of the bhujia? Because they can immediately switch off the test and the recipe according to the crops. And that comes over the years, which no one can else make this. So this is the entry barrier to this entire industry, number one. And that will drive the growth for all these products. And the company for the last 5, 7, 8 years, if you see, probably they are growing with almost more than 20% CAGR growth over this period. Third, they have the see current period. If you see the names which we have given competitors, probably they have gone into the red. But this company has ability to pass the prices to the customer. See, I'll tell you, almost more than 131 crore rupees the raw material prices has increased by 131 crore in the last year. But more than 80, 85%, 90% you can say they will pass it to the customer, because it has the kind of the loyalty, the family pack, and the brand power. So the company is going to grow over the year. Now, even but the company has already demonstrated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. On behalf of Bika Ji Foods, Axis Capital, and my fellow PRLMs, I would like you all thank you for showing up in large numbers, and a very special thanks to Mr. Shivratan Agarwal ji, who has come all the way to Mumbai to address the gathering. We believe in the Bika Ji is poised for a very large growth, and it offers very high potentials to investors onboarding post this IPO journey. Just reiterating the key highlights of the IPO, this will be an offer for sale of up to 29 million shares. The price band is 285 to 300. The main book opens on November 3 and till Monday 7th of November, and the anchor book will open on Wednesday, November 2, and the bid lot is 50 shares. Thank you everyone for joining us. You may now please join us for high tea.